good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Antiques. Kind of got some adjustments to make here. Is that too loud?
It'll work.
It'll work?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Well, now, hey,
What?
that's what I give you for turning the headphone up so
I'll
loud.
just turn it back on.
It's still pretty loud.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Is that better?
It sounds good to me.
Okay.
So you went and got educated last week, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I'm smart now.
We was talking about that a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We
thought you were vacationing.
Well, it was a working
It was a
vacation.
little of both for him.
Okay, so
They had the hardest chairs I've ever sat in my life. Nice facility, good programs put on by in the conference. It was a conference. It was a learning experience. It was interesting.
so you're on the housing board.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you've got this education, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you one question.
Okay.
How many units do y'all have?
I don't know. A bunch.
Now, we was talking about
I'm thinking around 90 something.
Yeah, somewhere around. It's we're in the medium size grouping.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you failed that test.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so today we're going to talk about Sun Records.
Sun Records.
And who was the guy that started that? What was that? Phillips
Sam
guy?
Phillips.
Sam Phillips, yeah.
Yeah.
And we might even throw in some Holiday Inn, right?
We might even. And, Mick Jagger and Leonardo DiCaprio are making a new movie that hasn't even been done yet, called Sam Phillips, the Man Who Invented Rock and Roll.
Oh, cool. I didn't know about that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's interesting, isn't it, that was in Memphis. Sun Records was in Memphis.
So was Holiday Inn.
And so was Holiday Inn.
That's
Yeah.
why he bought that stock and done so well
Yeah.
with it.
Well, but it's interesting that, Sun Records was the leader, I guess you might say, in the rock and roll movement, but today it's not really known for much music. Jazz, a little bit of jazz down on Beale Street.
Yeah, but he don't own it no more.
Yeah,
I know,
they
but,
sold out.
but like Nashville or Los Angeles took off, you would have thought with Sun Records being there and him having all those early leaders in the industry, that Memphis today would be as well known to say as Nashville for the type of music. Motown became, I guess, maybe the rock and roll headquarters. What was that? Detroit, wasn't it? Motown.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting how things kind of pass by sometimes if they don't follow up or keep going.
Well, didn't he sell out around the 80 or something? In the 70s?
I think he sold out in the 70s.
Yeah, it was early on that he.
Yeah,
And it just kind of, they lost some of their stars, I guess, to other labels, too.
Well, he started out, like in 1950 with the Memphis Recording Service, and in 52 he established Sun Records as his own label.
Right.
Because he was recording for other labels to start with, like Chess Records out of Chicago and Modern Records out of Los Angeles.
I think he figured out that if he can make money for them, he can make it for himself.
That's exactly what
Right.
he did. And so he started his own label.
Now, this guy over here on my left
Yeah.
says that he don't know that Sun Records had any office at all in Nashville, and he's in the music business.
That's where they're at right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes,
Well, they were purchased by Mercury in '69, so Mercury had a presence in Nashville, but I think they closed their office like right about the time I left.
What
right
year
after
did
2000.
What year did you start working up there?
94.
94. Yeah,
And I was there
before.
for like till 2004.
Yeah. Did you like it?
It was awesome. Yeah,
You
it
like
was
the
great.
music business? How come you quit the
It was
music
a lot of
business?
fun. All
Well-
kinds of reasons.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds personal.
Yeah.
we'll buy that.
Hey, do you want to do our little spiel before we really?
Oh,
get-
yeah, we got to do that. I forgot. See, I forgot that. I wasn't here last week. How easily we forget things.
I can't believe a board member don't even know how many units he's over.
Isn't that the shame?
Yeah.
That's pitiful.
That's pitiful.
Especially,
Pitiful.
and especially after he just got out of school.
Well, we didn't talk about that. We talked about, tax credits and
Hey, you're supposed to know that though before.
inspection procedures and
They
things
assume
like that.
you know how many units you're over when you get there. Don't you,
You would think so when you.
Go ahead, Phil.
Okay, you're listening to Let's Talk Antiques live on Thunder 1320. You can catch us later tonight on television on Charter Channel 193. Also Friday and Sunday nights. going to say Saturday, but it's just
Are
Sunday.
you sure about
And
that?
yeah. And you can catch us daily on LightTube Channel 6 at 1:30 in the afternoon.
You know, you would think he would know more. You know, that's his end. You know, the TV stuff.
Uh-huh.
I
I mean, you should give me a rough time about knowing how many units we have, and he doesn't even know when we're on the air.
I know I've got I need to be done with the show by 5 o'clock, even if some major tragedy happens in the edit. So there you go. So that it can get to the station.
That's all you need to know,
in
isn't it,
place.
Bill?
There you
Do
go.
you edit the news and stuff too?
Oh yeah.
You edit everything.
Not everything, but probably 90%.
What 10% don't you edit?
The horse shows. So,
That's Jerry's job. Huh?
yeah, and I don't do the board meetings unless somebody can't make it.
Yeah.
So-
I have seen you at them.
I'm a fill-in for the board meetings.
I have seen you.
So.
Did you mention also that WMSR is at 107.9, and then what's the one in Tullahoma?
106.7.
No, I did not mention that.
Well, it's already mentioned.
I'll tell you what.
Get him hired. Okay, so
What are we talking about?
We're gonna-
Records.
Sun Records.
Sun Records.
well, I mean, what better thing to talk about at a radio station?
Well, that's true.
And then we ought to start talking about movies because of the movie station. Y'all do show movies, right?
Yeah. We. Sorry, you threw me there. We have Camp Midnight that comes on at 11 o'clock, not at midnight on Friday night. It's kind of an inside joke with that. And that's like classic horror movies kind of stuff.
Oh,
like,
Bela
you know,
Lugosi.
Do y'all have an Elvira?
Lugosi?
Lon Chaney and
Yeah.
all those guys.
and also the science fiction and also just goofy weird stuff that just kind of fits in.
Yeah, I know.
with that
I've
kind of
seen a
stuff.
couple of them.
Oh, okay, there you go.
But they're classics.
Yeah, and it runs at 8:30 on Sunday night too. See, I know when
You
that
know,
one-
Philip, y'all need an Elvira or a Sir Cecil Creep.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
somebody like that.
We talked about having
That
a
type
host
of
for it,
character.
but we just don't
I
have
think Phil would make a good host for that. I can just see him, you know.
Well, Andrew Todd had offered to be the host on it, but we just didn't have enough sponsors to
Pay him.
to pay for the added production cost on that. So,
Oh.
you know, if sponsors step up, we'll be more than happy to add some Andrew being goofy for doing the things. And we also have classic movies, which is like you know, classic, ordinary dramas and whatnot kind of movies. And those run.
Do y'all do the
Saturday
Thin
and
Man
Sunday
series?
Afternoon.
Have y'all done the Thin Man series?
I don't think so. I don't
You
know
need
what you're talking
to.
about. So
Well, you need to.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, it's
There you
re-
go, Google.
Hey, they're good.
Okay.
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 All right. So
All right.
So back to Sun Records.
back to
Sam
Sun
Phillips,
Records.
you know, we was talking about when Sam Phillips sold it. He was in '69 to Shelby Singleton Jr.
He's a business guy. wasn't
He was a business guy, yeah. And that's actually, I didn't get a lot off of him. But that's who he sold to start with. And, all right. So now, they started out, you know, recording rhythm and blues acts,
Right.
which were really, really popular. He actually had Ike Turner, that my Rocket 88, and I think that was considered one of the first rock and roll hits.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about Sam Phillips was that he gave everybody a chance. If you
Yes.
come off the street and you said you wanted to record something, he'd at least listen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
Probably.
If somebody come in here?
Yeah, probably.
See, that's
Because
what-
you never know when you might find that.
an
that-
Elvis?
An Elvis or somebody, you know.
And they said his talent was in making people comfortable in the studios. You know,
Yeah, that
treating them
probably-
like family.
That's a big part of
That's
it.
Yeah.
a big
Absolutely.
part because it can be intimidating. All those boards and microphones and everything, and people staring at you. You know.
Oh yeah, the guy.
Red light-itis.
Yeah.
And
really.
people telling you did it wrong and do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
I worked with Kenny Rogers one time, and he and Brent was producing, and I stepped in while he had to go take a phone call, and Kenny sang a line, and he was like, "How was that?" And I was like, "No, you did it better during practice," and rewound it and did it again, and he was like, "Oh, how was that?" And I was like, "Give me one more time," and I rewound it, and while I was rewinding, I thought, I just told Kenny Rogers twice that wasn't good enough. Do it again.
Do it again. Well,
Well, did he?
Oh
Did
yeah,
he?
he did.
I'm sure he
absolutely.
did.
Well,
And
yeah.
he did it better. And,
He's
and that's what
professional.
made the record.
yeah. See,
but-
once you've probably done that several times, you can accept it. But if you're
Right.
new, and this is your first recording session, let's say,
Oh, yeah.
and somebody tell it, it can demoralize you, and you just go to pieces.
Well, actually, when they were recording Johnny Cash, the guy that played steel guitar for him, he got to where he couldn't even play, and he just left
Yeah.
and didn't come back.
Well,
Yeah.
you've had people here.
Well, yeah.
On interviews and stuff that just cannot get on. I don't know why. I mean, it's just second nature to me. I don't even think about cameras or
Millions of
microphones.
listeners.
Well,
No, you don't.
No, I mean I don't.
you
But
forget about the
but
camera. being
where I
there.
don't and you don't and these two here don't.
Well,
There is a lot of people that's never been to a TV or radio station and done an interview or a story or whatever.
well, they say public speaking is one of the biggest fears people have.
Oh,
And so
yes.
when they see the microphone, they get the same thing as if they're standing in front of a bunch of people. But really, it's not there. It's not the same to me. It's kind of like I'm talking to somebody in their house or their car,
Right.
but I don't think about them. It's just kind of like me and them together, even though there may be several others listening, So
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, I used to intimidate people when I'd bring them on the show here, and I said, "Don't let this make you nervous. There's only like 100,000 people listening. To you.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, he's helpful. But no, but a real professional being told he has to do or her, have to do something over again, they probably accept that. They've done it dozens of times.
That's a skill in the studio, is to make people comfortable. And,
Right.
and
Yes.
well, Sam
And-
Phillips had it.
encourage them to do the best they
in
can.
quantity.
Yeah.
You know Sam Phillips owned a bunch of radio stations,
No, I did not.
and
know.
he was the first to have a all.
All female. WHER 1,000-watt radio station. in
Oh, I didn't know
Memphis.
that
Yeah.
either.
Huh.
How about that?
Yeah, what about that?
Right there.
Now-
It was right there in Memphis, Tennessee.
The heart of Memphis,
I
Tennessee.
wonder how many radio stations in Memphis, Tennessee.
I don't know, but I think Sam had
Several.
4 altogether.
But not all in Memphis.
Not all in Memphis. No, we had one in Florence, Alabama, and different other places. They started WHER in 1955. And at the time, the radio station, they had like one woman, and
Yeah.
women were coming in and auditioning for it. And then in the end, they didn't realize they were all going to be women.
Huh?
And one of them actually became Sam's wife.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ah.
Becky, I think was her name.
Yeah. Well, that's
She really
good.
passed the interview.
I guess
she
so.
passed it with flying colors.
Ended up owning the station.
Yes.
Well, she owned half of it.
Well, half of it, yeah.
And then he had, let's see, it's several in the Florence, Alabama area, WQLT-FM, WSMB, and WXFL. XFL was in Lake Worth, Florida, and he started that in 59.
How about that?
Some business people like him could see ahead, and I'll tell you another gentleman that could see ahead too, and that was Gene Autry. He owned
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of radio
Yeah.
stations.
He did, yeah.
and a lot of television
Right,
stations.
and a lot of TV stuff, yeah. No, they were, well, him and I guess Roy Rogers, too, was a pretty smart businessman. They were big stars, and they...
Yeah, I think Gene.
but I think Gene Autry was more of the
Yeah,
businessman.
Yeah, he was a real businessman.
And also a very talented person, too.
Hey, do you want to take a little break? And when we come back, these two are going to give you a little history about Mr. Sam and Sun Records. Why? And we'll answer that question when we come back. Why did he name it Sun Records?
Ah, good question.
Yeah, these two's got the answer. I know.
They've already Googled it, so
Yeah.
that's not fair.
Google. What is that? Hey,
Hey, Alexis.
hey, you remember when we was in school? We actually had to do the work.
Can you imagine kids today going to the library and pulling those drawers out with the little cards, the
Yeah.
index cards, and searching down books and hunting through stuff?
Going through your
or just doing the
encyclopedias.
research on something.
I know. What it's
Well, and you're right about Alexa.
Yeah.
I mean, people.
you got to be careful. Alexa listens to everything and tells on you.
Hey, have you ever noticed though your iPads and your computers do the same thing? Have you ever thought about you look at something and before you know it, it's on back on your computer with several different places where you could get it.
Right. I look up
Yeah.
something on eBay,
Advertising.
and all of a sudden on Facebook, there's the same items are showing up on Facebook.
Imagine.
Well, that's because Google tracks your history.
Well,
You
yeah.
know, I got mine set to delete itself.
I and
I
I
don't want tracking.
and
Well,
I get the big.
And you can also turn that option off in your browser.
Well, listen, Why can't you just have some kind of a thing on your system that'll eat the cookie?
Well, all you have to
Well, you
do
can turn cookies off.
all
Can
you
you
have
eat
to
the
do is
cookie?
you go into your Google settings and you can tell it not to do
Yeah.
that.
Can you tell it to eat the
You
cookie?
certainly can. You
All
can.
right.
Yeah,
you
with
certainly
milk and
can.
kind of milk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, let's take a quick break, and we will
Milk
be
and
back
cookies?
and find out why Sun Records was named Sun Records and why it wasn't named something else.
You know tomorrow's a new day. Did you know that?
No,
It is.
did you know that? We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back here with Swapping.
No, we're not back with swapping.
No, 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 no.
Don't call it a selling thing right
You
now.
gonna? You know what
Well,
you're gonna do?
I see. I got to be retrained.
Yeah.
Let you be gone one show.
We'll get
I
you
know
trained.
it just loses everything. What is the name of this show?
Yeah.
This is the Let's Talk Antique
Better
Show.
still,
There you
what
go.
is your name?
My name is David.
Okay, so Philip, why did he name it Sun Records? Me and Ronnie know, and we know you know.
Because he liked chickens, and he had the chicken underneath the sun on the thing.
It was done as a sign of his perpetual optimism about the business.
Ooh.
A new day
Uh.
and a new beginning.
Ah. Okay.
Okay. Good little bit of trivia here about Sam before we go with this.
Well, we got plenty.
And this is really interesting because I don't know anybody that's done it. In '86, he was part of the first group that was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Okay?
sure.
Now, for his contribution to rockabilly, he's in the Rockabilly Hall of Fame. Okay? The first non-performer in '87 inducted in the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. He got a Grammy Trustee Award for Lifetime Achievement in '91. In '98, he was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame. In 2001, inducted in the Country Music Hall of Fame. In 2012, he was in the Memphis Music Hall of Fame. And now this guy didn't sing. This guy didn't write. This guy just recorded. Now how many's done that?
Probably not very many from
Lord,
that
ain't
that
that
side.
something?
Yeah.
Every one of them.
But he was instrumental in having rock and roll take off.
That tells
in
you
this
right
country,
there.
You know.
Mhm. What an influence he's
You
had
know, he
on
passed
people.
away in 2003. He was 80 years old. He sure did do a lot
Yeah.
for an
Yes.
80-year-old.
in his lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
They said when he got to drinking in the studio, he'd start preaching, you know, because he was a preacher.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. He would start
I
preaching
thought
to
he was
them.
a disc jockey.
Well, he was that too, but you know, that's what they said. Him and Jerry Lee Lewis. Him
Well,
and Jerry Lee
Elvis
Lewis
probably
had
liked that.
sermons. Yeah, Elvis did too. Remember the $1 Million Quartet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they had Elvis playing
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
piano
but-
and
Oh, yeah.
Who was the guy? You know, you had this contest, the one that done the top sales on the records. Was it $1 million or the first $1 million one would win the Cadillac? And guess who did that?
Elvis?
Carl Perkins.
Carl
Carl
Perkins, okay.
Perkins, okay. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Well, Carl Perkins recorded there, and of course Elvis and
Charlie Rich. And
Charlie.
Well,
Ri-
let's just
um,
you mentioned
B.B.
that.
King.
Let's just go
I've
through
got a
Johnny
list
Cash.
of
yeah,
artists.
there's a bunch
Roy
of
Orbison.
them. Go down through
I
there.
got Elvis,
Off the top of my head.
Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis,
Yeah.
Carl Perkins, Roy Orbison, Billy Lee Riley, Jeannie C. Riley, the Dixie Cups, Merle Haggard, Bill Justice, Charlie Rich, Jack Clement, Carl Mann, Conway Twitty,
Twitty.
Frank Frost, the Ad-Libs, Roger Miller, Warren Smith, Roscoe Gordon, Charlie Feathers, Malcolm Yelvin, Sonny Burgess, Howlin' Wolf, Slim Rhodes, Harmonica Frank, James Cotton, Billy the Kid Emerson, Jack Earls, The Prisonaires, Junior Walker, Rufus Thomas Jr., and Willie Nix.
And I think
There's
some
some
of the
other-
most
there's-
famous ones, they say.
but
Bill-
B.B. King, didn't he?
Yeah, Bill Justice, David Allen Cole, Billy Riley.
I think these were people who were signed to the label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these were guys.
Instead
These
of
were,
people-
these were some
a lot
of
of
his.
people recorded there. Tons
Yeah.
of people
Yeah.
recorded there.
But that was part of their complete artist list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if I remember right, if you go to Memphis, you can tour the Sun Studios.
Yeah,
The original building and stuff is part of a tour or
It's
something.
at 706 Union Street
Yeah. It's
up
a
there. It's on the
historical
corner
landmark.
lot.
Yeah,
it's a brick building with a small frontage. That
Yeah, it's not
that
a
abuts-
very impressive
that
looking building
abuts the
from the
corner.
outside. You know.
But didn't he, when he first set it up, he just had a little small place, didn't he? He rented a real small place before he
Well,
actually
they-
started Sun Records. Didn't he
Yeah.
actually have just like a little,
Well, it was
no bigger than the studio?
Yeah.
when he started Sun Records. See, here
Well, I
it
mean
is.
before
Here-
Sun Records,
here's
you
a
know, when
picture.
he was doing some of the.
Well, the Memphis recording studio was in the same building
Oh, okay.
as Sun Records,
Okay.
Sun Studio. That's it.
Boy,
right
it's a
there.
narrow building. It's-
Yeah.
And it's on a corner lot there. If you could see the whole thing, there's a well, maybe you can. There's a corner lot right there. There's a road coming down this way and a road going up that way, and just a small. And see how narrow
Well,
it is.
I wonder, now he left that building and went to another one, didn't he? And so they must have got that one and restored it back. Is that what they did?
Evidently, because I mean, he wouldn't. You know, he built another studio. He built a state-of-the-art studio later on, which I think is still in its same
Well,
place.
what was kind of cool about it though, you could walk by and look in.
See what they renamed that
Oh, really?
road?
Oh yeah,
Sam
they had the
Phillips
window
Avenue.
there. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a place.
You can go tour it 7 days a week.
Yeah,
From
if you're down Memphis way, and
10:30 to
you got a
5:30.
chance, it's an interesting tour.
How much is the tour?
$14.
That's cheap.
That's not
Not
bad.
bad.
It's not bad.
I wonder if they take you around to see everything there.
I don't know.
Be nice.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm-
I should go check that out sometime.
You really Memphis isn't that far, you know.
That's your project for
That's,
next week.
See, that's
There you
where
go.
my
I'll try and go this week.
that's where my granddaughter's at in medical school.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Wow.
well,
she-
Yeah,
that'd be-
she's a sophomore.
Oh,
She can go take her phone and do a little tour of us and send it back. And
That'd be
drop it
something
in
neat
the
for her
show.
to do.
You know what though is, she does get a little bit of free time, but that
No.
little girl studies a lot. I'll
yeah,
just tell you that right
that's
now.
a rough profession to get into. You gotta know, like, 'cause it's so important. You know what you're doing.
Well, yeah, you can't make mistakes like not know how many units you have, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you notice how he brought that back around? I'll tell you.
You know, in the 40s, Sam worked as a DJ for a radio station in Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Well, wasn't he born in Alabama?
He was born in Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how long
Hey,
did he?
you know, he wanted to be a criminal lawyer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
I read that. But, you know, that didn't work out. He got into recording. He liked music. And he recorded all different styles of music, too.
Now, did he have any do any recording in Muscle Shoals? Because that was kind of a recording area at one time.
Well, you know, I don't know
I don't
if he
think
did. I
so.
know he worked as a DJ.
Yeah.
That's all that I saw.
Okay.
I
that's
think he was more about his place, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And now,
I was just
in
wondering.
45, he worked for 4 years as an announcer and a sound engineer in Memphis for a radio station.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where he,
Probably developed the techniques and
Yeah, 'cause
the
only five-
ability to adjust the board and stuff.
because
the
after
correct way.
5 years 5 years later, you know, he started the Memphis Recording Service.
Yeah, was that in 50 and then in 52 he started Sun Records? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you ever seen the building where they record, the roof just kind of rolls around.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's so the acoustics. But it's
So you don't
just-
get standing waves.
just an open.
Is that
and
what
he-
it is?
Yeah.
Is that what
and,
they
and
do?
he never had a desk in there, you know. He just sit wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did when you was recording, Did you have some kind
You
of
don't have
makeup?
any parallel walls. Is
No
the big thing.
parallel?
No parallel walls, so that you
Got-
don't get a
Interference.
sound waves bouncing.
Or like
between
an
those.
you get like an
You got
echo
to
or
keep them
something.
moving. You know, that's why if you go in a studio, the walls will usually be a little tilted or something like that.
The waves will interfere with each other, you know, just like if you've got yours turned
Yeah,
up
you know,
too
we
much,
have this little
and you have
board
those-
here with about eight adjustments. You go into these recording studios, and they must be about what,
Well, the old
1,000?
ones- The old ones, yes. The
I
new
mean,
ones, no.
huge,
It's
Oh,
pretty
Lord,
much
yeah.
just like that.
and those guys over there, or gals, are over there adjusting those little.
Okay, so if you was in a new recording studio, so what we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, if you were in a new one, it'd all be
That's
digital.
a 10 board.
Yeah, you can have like. You
can have hundreds on digital.
10 real faders and then knobs up above them, and they're
Yeah.
virtual, so you bounce it to all the different channels. So you
Right.
can have 1,000 channel board, but with only actual
So
10
virtual.
faders.
To some of our listeners, what does that mean?
That means they're not there.
Is it?
they're there, but they're not there. So you can just
That means
change.
there's no physical. It's
Right.
done,
You can-
virtual.
You can
Yeah, it's
bounce
no
from one
hard
to the other.
contact.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I prefer the old one where you've got like, 50 channels with 50 faders and all the buttons and knobs and stuff. So you can just reach and grab
Does
'em.
any of them still use that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
do. Yeah. They do. But a lot of people will mix down through a real board, but they'll record all digitally with a small setup. But then when they mix, it adds something to the sound when you run it through a big board as opposed to just outputting it from your computer.
Now, are they all transistors now and electronic, or are some of them still using the tubes? Because a lot of your purists say a tube has a warmer, softer sound.
They like the tube amps. A lot of the guitar
yeah, on the
players.
tube amps because they have a
There's
better
some
sound.
super old boards. I've seen a couple, but nobody actively records with them.
Okay.
And the guy I used to work for in Nashville, Brent Mayer, he said when he went to work at his first job, his Monday they didn't have any sessions, and Monday they would change tubes all day long.
All
and
day long.
They
Yeah.
would test tubes
Yeah.
and change them in all the boards and equipment and the microphones and everything.
Yeah, they're.
The tube equipment really had to be cooled.
Yeah.
Who was that?
A good example is right here years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
There was a recording done by a lady back in the 50s or maybe early 60s. I want to say Gogi Grant.
Don't know.
And a tube went out in the recording session, and it gave a very unusual sound, and it ended up being a hit record. They kept it in
Oh, yeah?
because they had it set up, and she's singing it, and then something happened, and it came up with an unusual sound. I remember that story.
They learned something,
It was
didn't
a
they?
Wayward Wind,
I
or
heard that
Let the
about,
Wind Called
like-
Mariah. One of those songs, but it came out with and they were never able to duplicate it because it happened during as she started singing.
I heard that about the first distorted guitar recorded was somebody's tube given out at an amp, and they figured out it sounded great, leave it there.
Leave it there.
And then they figured out something blew so that it was overdriving the tube. So then they added a circuit where you could overdrive the tube to
tube.
get that.
And that's
sound.
what gets that?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. It's interesting how things like that came about.
So how do they do it today if they don't have tubes?
It's just
They have distortion on the amplifier.
Well, the
You just turn it on
amplifiers
to
and the
turn your
boards do so
distortion up
much
or down.
more than
Right.
those first ones.
But they also have tube distortion pedals too.
yeah.
Like you can buy new pedals that are designed with tubes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're all
They try to
pretty much
imitate the sound.
hand
Yeah.
built, so they're not cheap.
Well, what was his name? Les Paul.
Oh yeah.
When he came out, he used to record multiple times and then put them back together. Nowadays, they can record it one time and they put it all
Well, he
together
would
multiple
record
times.
on top of it. What
Yeah.
he did is he taped over the erase head on his tape,
Yeah.
and then would just hit record again. And then if on the 10th pass through you screwed up, you had to start all over
Yeah.
again.
Hey, it looks like we got to take a break here. So
Let's do it.
We'll be right back, folks, with more Let's Talk Antiques.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back, and we're talking about Sun Records and some of the artists that performed with the label. And what do you got there, Philip?
I got so pull up eBay and get the highest price Sun Records memorabilia would be Elvis Presley Sun record number 209 of That's All Right, original mint, a single 45 unplayed from 1954.
Oh.
They were asking for 10 grand and took a best offer on it. And then there's another one is every original Elvis Presley 45 record recorded at Sun Record. 209, 210, 215, 217, 223. Let me look and see exactly what songs those are. But they were asking $5,000 and took a best offer, but it was right at that.
Where's that number at on the records? Is it right on the label or something?
I don't know. That's something specific to Sun, I believe. So, okay, Blue Moon of Kentucky, That's All Right,
See right here.
Good
David.
Rockin' Tonight, I Don't Care, and You're a Heartbreaker.
So it's on the bottom, Philip.
Is it on the label or on the
Yes,
record
uh-huh.
itself?
It's on the left side on one side,
Yeah.
and it's on the bottom on some of them.
Because a lot of those records just just outside the label, but in the part that they didn't record on there. Sometimes you'll find numbers and stuff in there.
Sometimes messages too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Play them backwards.
Like what?
I don't know. I just remember a couple of people that it's like an autograph or something.
Would
in
it
the little,
would it be a message like cheeseburger or something like that?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
It's,
How about
it's just
ham-
witten in the vinyl. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
something that
it's
actually
in the
plays.
stamping, you know.
Yeah, it's
and
really?
stamped,
but it's not on the label, you know, which is just right outside the label, or between that and the recording part,
Betwitched.
betwixt.
Here's a Elvis King of the Sun 45s collection. Here are 4 of those, and it says they have errors on them that they were the first pressing. They wanted $4 grand for those 4, and they took a best offer, which is probably somewhere around $3,500. Here's Elvis Presley number 215, which is Milk Cow Blues Boogie, original 45 near mint
I don't
condition.
remember that one.
Me neither.
I think I've heard it, but it wasn't one of his.
Yeah,
bigger
well,
things.
it was a B side, probably. It was,
Do you have that?
no.
They wanted $3,500 and they got at least $3,400. And here's the original 5 Elvis records at Sun for $3,500 or $3,400 is what those went for.
Hey, and $20 shipping. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
No free shipping.
20. 20.
20. Well, you want to protect them.
Here's
$20?
an original That's All Right blues with the B-side Blue Moon of Kentucky's Sun Records 209 for Elvis. 1954, $3,000 for that one.
Still got the original paper label, doesn't
It
it?
does. It's nice condition.
I tell you what, as far as labels, that is one pretty label.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a cool, and it's easily
Hey,
recognizable too.
You know, like Coca-Cola. I mean, you can actually, when we was kids, you could grab a Coke bottle and you knew what it was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to see something. You could just see it,
I see that
Yeah.
yellow label. I
and you
we
know
got
that's
Sun
a
Record.
Sun record.
Absolutely.
And
And
that's smart marketing.
Yeah.
there are definitely all the rest of these are still running down through the list. The Elvis is the top seller of the Sun record collectibles.
And you know, and that ain't that odd though. Carl Perkins was the first one to hit the. What that? Didn't he do blue suede shoes
oh yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Before Elvis.
Yeah.
before Elvis? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what really shot him up there.
Right.
He
Yeah.
had several #1 hits.
yeah. Wasn't like Carl supposed to play that Sullivan show like a couple of days before Elvis, but the car broke down or something. Something happened and he didn't make his show, and then Elvis came on and shot
Shot right up.
to the top.
That could be.
I hadn't heard that.
Well, one of
there's
those
something
guys
about
was in
that.
an accident or got sick too, wasn't it? It kept.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I saw where Elvis played on the back of a flatbed truck in front of a drugstore opening. Can you imagine that?
Well, when you're starting out, any gig will do.
Well,
Yeah.
I told you the story that time about the Uncalled For, which was a local band that
yeah.
had #1 hit in '67, Do Like Me, and it was a local Manchester group, and well, Tullahoma.
You know, Tolly
Manchester.
Lee singing that, didn't he?
I seen them on top of Kentucky Fried Chicken when it first came to Tullahoma. You know, the grand opening.
Well, you got to do what you got to
Pretty cool.
do and make some money.
By the way, who would ever think a Christmas chicken bucket, that held a chicken during the Christmas?
Just a bucket now.
Yeah, bring $100 or whatever. What about that?
No chicken.
No
Just a buck?
chicken. No chicken.
It's the bucket.
No preserved chicken.
Now,
Don't throw anything away, folks.
but we're famous for getting off track, so let me get us back on
Yeah.
track.
I found the highest price thing on the list that's not an Elvis record is Jimmy and Walter. It's a '78 Sun record number 180, which means it would have predated Elvis. It's a blues record called Easy, and the B-side is Before Long, and that went for $1,400. I've never heard of that.
So
either.
do you think the very first record he done was #1? Did he actually have a #1 on it?
Well, that Sun Records produced.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So wonder what record that was.
Would have been a blues record.
It was.
Google that real quick.
the
Let's
first-
see.
Okay.
We don't have Alexa here.
No.
I don't get along good with Alexa anyhow.
Yeah, she don't like the way you talk.
She don't like the way I talk at all.
Okay. Well, let's
Too
jump
much
over
Southern drawl.
to another artist. So another big artist with Sun that we talked about was Carl Perkins.
That's him.
And
Yeah.
Carl is looking at his highest price things. We got a Rockabilly LP, Carl Perkins Dance Album, original 1957 Sun LP number 1225. So $550 for that one, in pretty good shape. Here's Carl Perkins doing Blue Suede Shoes in 1958, Sun Record EP number 115, and that went for $510. And then here's a 45 another 45 of Blue Suede Shoes, and went for $402.
Hey, let me
So,
give him a flash here real
That'll be
quick.
his highest.
You know, I brought up Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket.
Yeah,
So
yes,
1965 Kentucky Fried Chicken Christmas bucket.
Christmas bucket.
They wanted 175, so looks like they took around 150 plus 15 for a bucket.
For an empty chicken bucket.
And that's why this show's been on for 20 years.
yes. Okay, here we go.
Are you advertising your chicken bucket collection that you have that you'd like to liquidate?
I need a few chicken buckets,
Only if they have chicken in them.
but I'd rather have a stack of those Sun Records.
Well, yeah.
I got.
Okay, so what you got there?
Oh, now I don't have #1 here, but this is the first one in Sun Records singles discography. It's Johnny London, Driving Slow and Flat Tire, April 1952, and that's around the right time period. to
Does
be
it have
one
a
of the
number
first.
on the label?
Yeah, they started 175. That could be like of that same run though. They done more of 175.
Yeah,
of,
I think
of
it's
the first one.
It's the
So that's got to be it.
they just start with the artist number. But then again, if you went in back then, like I say, when Elvis was discovered, he went in and paid.
Yeah,
Right.
to record just so he could take a single home. So every
Right.
one of those people
And
might have gotten one of those numbers.
they didn't call him back for a year later because they didn't know what to do with him.
Seriously.
Yes,
I
seriously.
did not know that.
Yes, they didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah, a lot of artists do that today. They go record a CD. They pay to do it, and then they get in their car and drive around radio stations.
Well,
and places and-
nowadays
and
they-
try to get somebody to
Well,
play.
didn't
'em.
Loretta Lynn do that?
Well,
Her
yeah.
husband?
Oh, sure.
Nowadays they just release them on YouTube, and
There
they
you are.
build
Well,
up a
YouTube
following.
is, but you'd be
You know.
surprised though at the CDs and stuff we get here.
You still get 'em?
We get some, yeah, not like we used to.
Are they
but
any good?
Occasionally there's a good one. Some of them are
Had to
not,
ask,
but
so.
there's some good ones. But we're not really a music station like we
Well,
used
yes,
to
you
be.
are. I hear music all the time.
Well, y'all-
but
y'all
not
play
like,
music.
Not 24 hours a day, like
No.
a lot of stations are,
No.
do music all the time. And sad to say, the artists have killed that off because of the royalty fights and stuff.
Yeah, well.
It's got about 3 or 4 people all trying to get royalties anymore,
Yeah.
So,
Just 3 or 4?
yeah, 3 or 4 major ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that has kind of hurt the artist in a way. It helped them in a way because they got paid for something that they weren't getting paid for.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, it limited a lot of playing. I
Yeah.
think, especially for new artists getting started.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I've
And
got-
I like payola, by the way. Yeah.
But we're going to have to take a break
You're
over.
allowed to say
Okay,
that
here-
on the
here we go.
radio.
no,
Howard.
no, not really.
hey, one thing before we go. April 1952, Sun Records is launched with the release of Driving Slow by Johnny London. So that one we looked at was the first.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But it didn't have a number 1?
It said like 175 on it,
So
But I don't know what that means, so I'm going to try to find out what those numbers mean.
Maybe
it
it
means
started with that.
175 means 175.
Well, yeah, but
Maybe
what's it mean
maybe they want
to
to start
the
with that
recording?
so it didn't look like they were brand new.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's like checks. You go to a new bank. You don't start out with check number 1 because everybody won't cash it. So you put down a higher number of
Well,
start your
to be
checkbook.
totally honest, we did very few people besides. I mean, we at Jiffy Burger, we still take checks.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Very
people-
few do
No.
not take checks.
No, not anymore.
They don't
Not
want-
like it used to be.
No. Hey,
Yes.
we got to take a break. But remember when we was kids, you go to a bank and there would be blank checks.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't
Count-
have no numbers on the bottom.
Counter checks.
Remember?
Yeah.
You just grip one of them and write a check.
You write a check. They knew you.
Hey, with that, we got to take a break.
Okay. We'll be right back, folks.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back. Oh, by the way, there's 90 units in the housing.
Well, somebody must have texted you.
Somebody told him. Who was it? Who was it, Howard?
Hey, you know why they did that? They felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
Do you have an assistant who would text you something like that? Is that?
Probably my brother-in-law, Timmy, probably tell you.
He knows.
All right. So finish up with Carl Perkins. There's an autographed 8x10 color photo, certified authentic with JSA COA, $150. And there's a vintage Carl Perkins, just a cut autograph with a guitar pick, signed in 1978 for $150. So his autographs bring a little bit of money.
Nothing like Elvis.
Well, but
He didn't
Okay,
quite
so-
achieve Elvis's
So,
fame.
so you did a little research about that number. So
Oh yeah, the number. Okay, and that number is. Here we go. Let me just read it. to
Catalog
you.
number.
Yeah. It's assigned to every release by the record company to identify particular releases. Okay, and it's true for all the forms, and it's used to track sales through distributors and for their in-house accounting.
So they can get the money from the radio
So
Right.
it doesn't necessarily. That's not like a 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
not
5.
necessarily.
That's a number that they assign to their artist.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, and so jump to another Sun artist who was a pretty big guy. Here's Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah. He would have been the king.
Big Blonde Baby is this single, with the B-side being Lovin' Up a Storm. It's a 78 extra good grade, $1,060.55.
Is that Big Blowin' Baby?
Big Blowin' Baby. Or
Hey,
Big
by the way,
Blonde Baby.
you know Carl Perkins died at 65 years old.
Really?
That's kind of young.
But he started in the music business in 46 to 97.
Okay.
He died in 98.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I got another. I got a Jerry Lee Lewis signed vinyl. This was he wanted $600 and got like $575, probably somewhere around there. And then another Sun Records with the Crazy Arms, and the B-side is End of the Road. It's a '78 and extra plus condition. $561.47.
That's from the United Kingdom.
Yes, somebody's, and there's this next one's from Japan. Jerry Lee Lewis, the Golden Hits Japanese LP. They were wanting $500, and they got somewhere between $400 and $500 on there.
Can you imagine Jerry Lee singing in Japanese?
I can't.
No.
He could barely speak English.
How about an autographed 45 of Sun Records' Great Balls of Fire?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted $500 and got about $450 on that. I thought that might have brought a little more. Here's a 2007 Jazz Fest poster with Jerry Lee Lewis on the poster. $400 for that.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a nice poster.
Here's Rockabilly 48 Sun Records, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, $399 for the two. They got it. So Jerry Lee brings.
What? You got a
brings some
contract
money.
there.
Jerry Lee Lewis signed contract. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I was
boy.
about to jump off. Let me zoom in on here. Let's see what is this. Is a contract between Jerry Lee Lewis and Sam Rafano of the Rainbow Inn in Monroe, Louisiana. Contract is signed and dated. Contract binds Mr. Lewis to perform at the Rainbow Inn in Monroe, Louisiana on February 4th, 1966, to start at 12 midnight and play until 4 a.m.,
Wow.
doing two 45-minute shows for the amount of $750.
That's not bad. $750 per hour and a half's work.
No.
That you enjoy.
But
What would he make today?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
But-
today's artist is the same.
but he still sounds like he's recovering from marrying his 13-year-old cousin.
Well, at that time he was.
Yeah.
So this is
1966.
they got $300 for that. So
I know.
and think about how many contracts there are of artists playing clubs all around the
And
country.
they're just laying
A
around.
lot of them probably got thrown away.
Mm.
You know, we kept them for 10 years for tax purposes, and then chucked all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Just think what they could be worth.
Absolutely.
Well-
Before we run out of time, jump to the next artist.
Yeah.
Howlin'
How much
Wolf.
time we got?
Oh, about 6 minutes.
You
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right.
you can jump for a lot there.
We got Howlin' Wolf with this isn't a Sun record, but this is a Chess record. Howlin' Wolf.
That's when
what's
he
the
was
name of it?
recording for that label.
Yeah. It's the name of it.
How much did it bring?
Shake Me Up was it brought $472.80.
You know, Ike Turner.
80s.
Ike Turner brought Howlin' Wolf to the Sun
There were
Studios.
29
Oh, is
bids.
he the one?
He acted like a talent scout for the Memphis recording service to start with.
And then there's another copy of that went for $411 with 21 bids for it.
Howlin' Wolf, I told you they took him to England because of the blues. He
Here's
give them all a blues lesson.
Howlin' Wolf Moanin' in the Moonlight record. Brought $330 and then $250.
Smokestack Lightning is one that a lot of people know Howlin' Wolf
I
by.
heard that
Yeah.
this morning.
Here's a Howlin' Wolf demo of Smokestack Lightning. The demo UK first pressing.
Rare, it says.
Buy it now, $187.14. So that's not a bad deal on that one. I think that's a good investment.
See, Muddy Waters brings the money.
Yeah. Here's find something different. Rockin' Daddy, and No
Still
Place to
Howlin'
Go
Wolf though, right?
with Howlin' Wolf. Yeah, 1950s. 7 bids on that. It went for $164.51. So he's bringing lots of $150 for his old things.
Well, we know people like Johnny Cash and Elvis Presley. I mean, Johnny Cash ought to be up there too.
Yeah.
Some of his
Well, my
stuff.
next one I got on here is Roy Orbison. that I
Okay, let's
pulled
see.
up.
Oh yeah, he's
I got some Johnny Cash.
I got here's a Beatles performing with Roy Orbison 1963 concert handbill in the UK. 25 bids for that went for $2,550.
Golly.
That's a little more for the Beatles than for Roy probably.
Yeah.
Here is the Wildcat 1954 yearbook from Wink High School in Wink, Texas, that Roy Orbison went to, and it's signed by Roy Orbison.
Wow.
He signed
One of his
whoever's yearbook
classmates.
this is. Yeah, and they sold it for $1,130.
It's probably more than they paid for it.
Man, I wish we didn't have anybody that famous out of my
No.
you.
Yeah, that's which won't
You
bring
are a TV
which won't
star.
bring you the original retail price. So,
You are a TV star and a radio.
And a
star.
radio star.
There you go.
He's famous.
He's famous.
Here's the Teen Kings with Roy Orbison doing Ooby Dooby.
Oopie doobie.
That was his first hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. 17 bids, $812.99.
Wow. Somebody bids like I do.
Yeah,
The weird sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes that sneaks you in at the last minute.
Sometimes it'll get you there. Usually, you got to go over the 99 cent though, because somebody's going to bid that even number.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
hey,
you
let
gotta
me
go
ask you
like
something.
12 cents.
Why is gas like 233.9? Why has it got that 0.9 on there?
I saw that the other day, and how they explain
Well, go ahead.
it.
Let him think about that while you're.
Psychological reason is what I like.
So
to do,
that
yeah.
you'll think it's 233 instead of really 234.
Yeah,
Is that
I
it?
think that's it.
I think you're right.
And that .9 adds up as much gas as
What's
it's
the
sold.
penny?
Yeah, it's 9/10 of a.
What?
It's almost a penny.
Can we round it off as a
We
penny?
certainly can. Hey, and
Roy
think how many
Orbison,
gallons?
Rock House with the B-side "You're My Baby." Sun Records is the 78 RPM, an extra good grade. This went for $686.24. Roy brings some money.
Yeah.
Here's Roy Orbison Chicken Hearted with the B-side of I Like Love, 78 RPM, extra good plus. Went for $561.47. Here's an autograph, 8x10. It says it's authentic.
Says
It says.
Do you believe it?
They were wanting $489, and they got probably about $450 from this. Here's a ticket from that Beatles Roy Orbison show. It's a concert ticket from Newcastle. Original $436.68. Man, somebody hold on to that for 55 years. And then sell it for $430. I don't know. If you've held on to it that long, I think I'd just hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm attached to it now.
Yeah.
yeah, but what happens?
Hey, we're
people-
almost out of time.
What happens? People hold on to it forever and they die.
They'll
and then
hold on
somebody
to it.
else sells
And
it.
the, and
Well,
the kids throw it
There
away.
you go.
or sell. it.
Or they'll hold on to it too long and there's nobody left that remembers them.
Yeah, we're just about out of time for today.
Are we out?
Yeah, it snuck up on me. This has been. I kind of enjoyed this.
How
Talking
many
about,
units do you have in that housing thing?
90.
Okay.
927, I thought.
Oh. All
Don't
right.
do him like
Don't
that. He has to get
confuse me.
another
It looks like we're out of time
All
here,
right, let's get out of
folks.
here.
And we'll try to get on time and be back next week. And I'll find out how many units.
Well, you
I thought
already
you said 90.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll see
Oh,
you.
oh,
Hey,
well, hey, wait a
hey,
minute.
wait a minute, I got
Was
one real-
90 true?
Well,
Or
wait a
was you
minute.
making
No, it
that
is
up?
true. It's
Okay.
probably true. Now, I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
Okay, so you got 90 units, right?
All right.
Does all your 90 units have central air and heat?
No.
How many don't?
We'll be back next week.
How many are rented?
We'll
All of them.
just about all of them.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
said
We'll
just
see
about.
you next week. Goodbye.